Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suited for all audiences. As of now, viewer discretion is advised.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As always, my name is John, the most boring person probably in the multiverse, I would say. I think I can actually have that distinction, but who knows. As we were before, we're playing Amnesia Descent in the Darkness, going into part 3. So, just a little recap. In the last episode, we went into the archives to find a key that we're going to use to go down to the wine cellar now. If you want a further recap about the whole story thus far, please go to my first video. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get to the wine cellar, find what we need there, after which we're going to go to the laboratory after that. Is this the... yes, wine cellar. Right. Need to go into the menu, and yes. I keep... the desert, while the caverns moved, the land appeared motionless, but the camp was. Alright. So... many of you know me to like, you know, the occasional drink. But this place I would probably try to stay away from as much as possible.
Where did the Baron go?
Who cares? He left us enough wine to last us a lifetime! Or at least until tomorrow!
Okay, I can recap on that. In the last episode, we discovered a letter describing, actually, 2 letters. One addressing Wilhelm, an indentured servant under the employment of Alexander Brittenberg. And another stating that Alexander Brittenberg wanted to lock Wilhelm and his cronies in the cellar. In the wine cellar. So... I get the feeling that, and it's been a while since I played this, so my feelings could be wrong here. We might run into some evidence of them being down here. I think it was over here. Yeah, there it is. Sandy's gone way down, so I'm gonna have to use this. Londanium. Medical barrier to improve mental health and heal wounds. So I'm all healed up, but my sanity's going way down, so I need some light. Interestingly enough, Londanium is actually something that was used again back then, and is still kind of used today as a sort of medicine. Basically, what we know it now as is a tincture of opium. a tincture being medication dissolved in alcohol. In this case, 10% opium powder dissolved in alcohol. Okay, my sanity's way too low. Where was I? Ah, yes. It's very useful stuff for, like, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and helping children of from withdrawal symptoms when they were born of a pregnancy from an addict mother. I don't remember all the details on that, but please, if you know better than I do, please leave a comment about it. But basically, it's still used today, but recently the FDA and everybody is trying to limit it or get rid of it because, you know, opium being highly addictive and everything. They're trying to get away from using it altogether. Yeah, I spent a little too much time in the darkness, so I'm starting to see wibbly wobbly stuff. And being that the creature is nearby, I gotta be careful. Barrel containing some oil. I'll take that. It's in the box. It's really hard to keep that sanity, if I remember correctly. Alright. Seems like I'm starting to get back to it. Yep, there's Wilhelm and his cronies, I think. Seeing these things definitely does not help sanity whatsoever. Oh, I really did not explain what we're doing down here.
What's happening? Oh, it feels like my chest is going to burst.
My God! Wilhelm, do something!
Except we're not getting out of here.
How can you say that? Alexander, you piece of shit! Let us out of here!
So, basically, these guys were apparently causing trouble, attracting attention to the castle, Brennenburg. And Alexander wanted them out of the way so he can do his work in peace. His indentured servants and his regular servants, I don't know all the details on that, but it kind of seems that way. As you can see, it didn't really end so well. My name is Wilhelm, House of Gierich. These are my final words, my confession and testament. 2 years ago, I was summoned to the castle of Brennenburg. As most of the aristocracy, I was curious about what this supposed knight of the order could want from me, and accepted the invitation. The Baron was friendly, and offered me a proposition. My apologies. It dawned on me that the nature of the contract was sordid, and that the reason I was chosen was because of the follies of my past, and not the honors I've been rewarded with during my time as a soldier. I was to kidnap healthy humans upon his slightest whim, and do so without asking questions. In return, he would attest to my character at the royal court, advancing my position within the noble society. I would like to claim that I struggled with my decision, but it came swiftly and I accepted wholeheartedly. Ever since that day, I have brought men, women, and children to Brennenburg. I can't remember the numbers, but there were many, perhaps even 100. None of whom were ever seen or heard from again. Tonight, the Baron invited me and my men down to the wine cellar to celebrate our work. I had my suspicions as we descended the stairs, but he insisted and joined us in a toast. The wine tasted fine, and my men drank without restraint. So begins the punishment for our sins. The Baron has locked us up and returned upstairs. Forgive me for what I have done. I was weak and fell into his devious ways. My men are screaming. Their skin has been pierced by their own tangled bones. I feel my insides revolt against their God-given nature. Blood has begun to pour from my eyes, and I can no longer. Not a good way to go. So basically, we're down here collecting these chemicals, hopefully to make a concoction that can dissolve the little membrane that's formed at the refinery's door. This is the last chemical I think I need. I could be wrong. I think that was it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I think there was only 3. After Algiers. A sailboat was finally arranged, taking him across the Mediterranean Sea to Gibraltar. They probably gave me more time with that one just because of how long it was, but I got stumbled. Sorry. Alright, to the laboratory we go. The cloths lay scrambled on the top. Too many of them, he thought, or perhaps too few. Just gonna light this up real quick. Alright. That is kind of ominous. Even after playing this so many times, this is still ominous. Alright, so... Definitely a lot of oil down here. Oh, get out of here. Women and children. Jesus.
There should be more Cooperite. Let me see. And one part Aquafortis.
Ah. Now this is interesting. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weave for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. To this day, I still don't know what this thing is, but I've noticed it not only here, but also in the Penumbra series. Once I actually get to that, I will go further with that thought, but for now, know that that thing is kind of creepy. Definitely gonna need that, and this is my third attempt to produce artificial vitae. The former compounds lacked the potency I needed, but I sense I am close. Calamine and orpiment are given, and the cuprite binds them well. This time, I will attempt aqua riga instead of aqua fortis, in the hope that it will produce even more solution. The experiment was unsuccessful. The solution is highly acid and proves impractical to put to any use except as a detergent. Organic tissue reacts especially violently to the solution and should be handled with the greatest care. I might be able to use the recipe, but I'm losing hope that I will find an alchemic solution to my predicament. Okay, so I was wrong. I still need one more chemical, I think. The lack of chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent experiments has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. So seems unaffected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. I shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. Yeah, I'm missing something. Sorry, folks, I'm gonna have to go back to the wine cellar real quick. Okay, so what am I missing? Right. Oh, I think what it is. I'll probably play this part out. So avoid the motion, streets big, force tension, I'm sorry, I know it's wall, gas repair, sweet port, so forth, so forth. Sweet, where have I not gone?
Fragrance. Damascus rose.
Okay, so it was right here, and I missed it. I'm sorry, I'm full of stupid thoughts. Okay, so fun time. Try to move. Try and knock this. Needs something. Bada bing, bada boom. Now let's get the fuck out of here. After now cheers. Sail levels finally arranged to begin across the Mediterranean Sea together with her. Having reached the British territory, it gives us matter of serving cabin on SS works this. Alright, so we can finally do this. Sorry it took me so long, folks. I swear, I somewhat know what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find my way out in a second. But in the meantime, let's get this part started. This is what I came for. This should be able to dissolve the membrane that's kind of formed. Alright. So then, everything's destroyed. Let me make a new way up there. Yes. And somehow this should align, I think. Or one was enough, I think. Yep, one was enough. He said Kaba while gasping for air, sweat pouring from his forehead and onto the sand veiling the ground. Okay, I need to get out of here. Alright. So, I'm just gonna finish out this part by knocking out that this little doodad here. Die! 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 Alright, so let's go to the next area. We're officially done with that hub. It became begged his attention. As he opened the shutters, the French soldiers opened fire on the two young men fighting back. Their voices were sounds in the haze of gun smoke. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it a part here. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and hearing me babble, ramble, say stupid stuff, that sort of thing. And, please, if you have any constructive criticism, likes, comments, or anything, please go below, type them out. I'll be happy to read them. But in the meantime, y'all have a nice day, and please, take it easy.